Now, the Trump administration is calling it the biggest trade deal in U.S. history. Just before a midnight deadline, the U.S., Canada, and Mexico reached a new trade deal. Angelica Alvarez has the latest from Washington.
President Trump is praising the new free trade agreement reached between the United States, Mexico, and Canada.
We have negotiated this new agreement based on the principle of fairness and reciprocity.
The deal struck just before a midnight deadline replaces the North American Free Trade Agreement. The USMCA, or United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, fulfills a campaign promise the president made to American farmers. It calls for Canada to open its dairy market.
This is a terrific deal for all of us.
It also makes it harder for automakers to build cars cheaply in Mexico by requiring a higher number of parts in cars to be made in areas paying a minimum wage of at least $16. In return, Canada and Mexico will be protected from possible tariffs on automobiles imported into the United States. President Trump and his Mexican and Canadian counterparts are expected to sign the $1.2 trillion deal next month. Then it heads to Congress for approval. But if Democrats take back the House in midterm elections, they could impose additional requirements before ratifying any agreement.
There's a lot of things worked into these agreements with Mexico and Canada that are very helpful to workers and labor unions, for that matter.
Even with this deal, the contentious fight over steel and aluminum remains unresolved. Canada did not receive assurances the Trump administration would lift tariffs on those imports. Angelica Alvarez, CBS News, the White House.
That new trade agreement will come up for review every 6 years to help ensure all countries are in compliance.